Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of All Campaign 11, Week 9, Day 5. So today, of course, we're going to be messing around with the raid event. The raid event is the same one that we ended up mentioning on Monday there, where we ended up having the Karakoth raids. One thing that's pretty funny about Karakoth raids, it is the only typing of raids where you're allowed to use a Zugoff against a Zugoff. So we're just going down and doing it with the same team we mentioned on Monday. We might need to make a slight adjustment here or there. I don't think we do though, because it was just, yeah, for the really early section, I guess we technically could. Like if we wanted like an AoE option or something similar. However, for the good majority of the event, it's pretty standard as you would almost any raids, where you throw down Mang onto the raid boss, you use a raid slayer to kill the thing that you just manged. You have one mana accumulator, in this case, not too many good options, but green slime is adequate enough. And then you finish it out with, well, one other troop to deal with the last three. And the situation for dealing with the last three is Mang into Zugoff, which should kill it out. And it's pretty much the entire game plan for this current event. And I don't think we need to do anything other than get the weapon. The weapon, I recall, was kind of bad, wasn't it? Just Karakoth bonus? Oh yeah, it was Explodey Karakoth weapon. Yeah, we already have red-blue, if I'm not mistaken. Exploding purple's not great. Does it get a good effect? Let me double check. I actually forget on that because I didn't check that earlier. One moment. As I actually did not remember to check these over here. So if we go over to weapon, click on upgradable. What I don't currently know is what extra perks this thing gets, which is probably not good enough to justify using it based on what the base weapon is. Curse the first enemy, 10% quasit, 5 scatter. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Though, oddly enough, I think it might be the first Explodey weapon with like quasit summon. But it's kind of redundant given that it's already a summon weapon. Meaning that you might, like, anti-summon yourself with the weapon. Which is a gigantic fail that will often make it worse, not better. But, yeah, it's pretty bad. While I'm here, I might as well upgrade a couple of the weapons that we might need for later. Just gotta make sure I don't accidentally do Mang. I do like having my unupgraded Mang. Let's see. We also have the other goblin thing not upgraded. That one could be if we wanted to. Wait, does this thing have redundant effect? No. It does reflect and the other thing. Okay, I see. I thought it had the same effect twice. I was like, wait. Though, honestly, that's actually kind of cool. It's barrier, cleanse, and to reflect. Interesting. I wish that was actually relevant. Because everything else about it's kind of bad. But the premise of what that weapon's trying to do is actually not that bad, to be honest. Oh, good. I actually got kill Billy in purples today. That's rather convenient. Actually, while I'm here, let me go grab our daily gems since we're already in the menu. Might as well go do dungeons as well and then go focus on raids. Anyways, hope all of you guys are doing well. It's finally the weekend. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Roman. Hello, Lester. Hello, hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, I'm repeating so many. Hello, Draco. Hello, Steve. Hello, Clipbomb. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Jonian. Hello, King James. Hello, Ian. Hello, George. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. We just need one little AoE poke. I'll take it. Also, we're right on the cusp of the level just because we finished it last night. So now we are a mile and a half from a level now. As it tends to be. So we still need to go make some progress on the Halloween event. Of course, we got the Halloween skulls now as well, which is kind of nice. You always have those holiday skulls. I still wish there was a way we could use those holiday skulls at any time during the year. As one form of customization, I'm actually kind of surprised they never added, was a way to customize your gems. Because we have it for various events here and there, like a way to customize gems. However, there's never like a permanent thing around where, actually, this could still work. Hold up. Alright, now it's over. Alright, we gotta deal with the web. That's annoying. I don't think I have a team set up right now for... Yeah, let's roll with that. That's what we ran the other day when we didn't. Honestly, I need to keep a team saved there. That's just like the anti-cleanse ones. Because I always end up making a different one every single week. Because I tend to like overwrite it for some other team for like the Monday video. And then I proceed to need one later in the week where we don't have like a cleanse option. Which is very useful to have given the somewhat annoying categories that there are for some of these battles. I want that to die to that. That's not enough damage, but this will be. Also, somehow he survived with 1 HP. Amazing. Very unfortunate when that happens. Senpai recognized. Oh, let's see. We'll take the... You know what? I actually want to go for cleanse. We have it, might as well use it. Because this team has cleanse on extra turn and cleanse on yellow. Where ideally we want to take it on cleanse on extra turn, however there will be circumstances where we have to take it on cleanse on yellow. But it has both, just so we can do either. It is actually enough to get our mana going, so I am going to poke him here. Which then allows us to Zoog off him down. If he somehow survives that, we could just simply go and use a Beatrix on him. And as a match. Also, we probably need to start using Zoogoff build soon for the Halloween event. We're actually starting to get high enough where the double cast is no longer killing. And while we could theoretically still keep doing it, it is starting to reach the point where it's kind of falling off on speed. And while we could still kind of get away with it, probably shouldn't try to keep trying to get away with it. The Angry Mob is basically dead right now. That's kind of unfortunate. We'll take a red here. He does not go for the skull, which is kind of insane. He also has a very annoying summon that I can't really deal with due to his stealthy. And the circumstance of the rest of our team. And dead. Oh, spell reduction! What are you doing? Well, dead again. Doesn't matter if we have like infinite loops true damage. And of course, our daily Dragon Knight, because we're not getting it through any other means. Anyways, okay, so X order business. Halloween. Still got the Carmina event going on. It's just going strong. Still been buying the 50 gem thing every single day. It looks like we'll have Witch Armor soon. Actually, I believe we'll have Witch Armor tomorrow night. Now that I'm looking at it. We are still currently running Thrall, Black Managle, Atlanta Leprechaun. However, after a battle or two, I am probably about to shift that to Zoogoff or something similar. Because we are starting to reach the category of this team not really working. It works obviously very quickly for the lower end, lower range. This was even meant to be the cheaper team. However, it is starting to reach the point where it can't really hold up as much. Like, it's still winning. And not like a super low speed, but we're needing that whole extra cast. Starting to fall behind our damage curve slightly. Hey, it's still doing good enough. Hello, Gustavo! Welcome, welcome. And then we'll go focus on the raid event. And we will probably be doing all the raid event today. And by all the raid event, you know, until we hit 0 sigil. Which should be most of the raid event. I'm not sure how far my guild is, so I'm not certain on that regard. We should be able to get most of our progress in on that. It is a guild-wide event, of course, so you can easily get it done just with day 1 or day 2 contribution. Because if everyone's doing tier 3, that's way more than enough by the time you get to the 3rd day to finish out all the points. And you need tier 3 anyways for the weapon. Oh, we're going to lose our mana accumulator at a weird time here. We're actually going to have to cast Thrall now, just so we can get it set up on everything else. Alright, so this is one of those situations where I'm tempted to start using Zoogoff. Because it has spell reduction, and we cannot actually even triple hit it. We have to quad hit it. Yeah, let me go get our extra 50 gems. We're probably doing that every day this week. If you're planning on getting every rewards, I highly advise doing so as well. Alright, let me take this cheaper one, or lower one, just so we have a little bit easier time killing them. Also, hello, Anthony! Welcome, welcome. You just pulled 10 Nishas? Wow, nice. Very rare drop. Love to see it. I've pulled 5 twice, but still not a 10. And still never a triple or a 15. Eventually. Wait, it hasn't leveled us up? Were we like right at the cusp last time of getting the level up? Because that means this battle right here has to be the level up then. We've done 5 fights. Unless I accidentally mashed through it, every 5 fights is a level up then. Which means we were at the furthest possible point from a level up previously. That's the case. So I like how we're Hunter's marked, but he refuses to take any skull. That's rather convenient, given that we will die to every skull he takes. Also, I should stop taking this easier... Oh, no, I meant to take the blue there. I should stop taking this easier fight, as it has spell reduction. Which is actually making it a not an easier fight. Because we kind of have to kill it with skulls. Oh, and it revived, if that wasn't already bad enough. Means we basically have to restart the fight again. And there we go. There's our level up. Oh, yeah, we were the furthest possible point from doing that earlier. Interesting. Let's start using Zugaf. So, of course, we do have access to all purples. And Zugaf counts as all purples. And then we just need one other thing to hold down the line. I'm actually not sure what I want in this regard, though. Let me double check base rarity. I definitely want something mythic. Weaver's fun, but doesn't synergize as well. Arc Proxy's fun and does synergize. And Rage Carandera could be insane. Fairy Godmother if we want pure chaos to ensue. Hungalong, oddly enough, just for a tank, but I need Thrall to tank, so never mind. Queen Aurora is kind of interesting. I want a damage source, though. Obsidian Tome. Obsidian. I completely forget. That's not how you spell obsidian. Oh, yeah! Interesting. We already have enough mana, though. I almost forgot about Obsidian Tome. I kind of want like a skull spammer, almost like Alderfather or something. I think I'm just going to go Alderfather. Transform red to purple and yellow to skulls. Entangle random enemy when matching purple. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's roll that. Double purple into, I guess, blue since we're denying red. So +2 purple blue. And subtract yellow since we don't use it. And now we're +3 purple, +1 blue. Technically +1 green, but we're not really utilizing it. Oh, hello, Michael. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go explode. Because all we really have to do is get Thrall. Hit the Thrall button. And then just hit all the kill buttons. And we should be good to go. So we do that, boom. We do this, I don't even care what alignment is. Boom, 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 dead. And that's the strategy. And we shall use that strategy more tomorrow when we go get Witch's Armor. But yeah, tomorrow night we'll have Witch's Armor then. As well as starting to max out the KD. So our next order of business is going to be get Witch Armor, just so we have it cosmetically for later. And because we have no clue when it's going to come back. Then we're going to start working on the 5 copies of Carmina's kitty. And by 5 copies, I mean 30 copies. So, you know, 5 sets of its stock. And then lastly, we'll work on the Power Orb. And if we have any spears, which we should have a little bit of, we'll get the pet food first, and then the trait stone bundle. Pet food, honestly, isn't that bad of an offer if you're in need of purple pet food. The trait stones, however, are a little bit worse, because it's basically the value of, let's say, like a major orange or 3 small oranges or something similar. Which, the value of that's not that particularly good, especially in the current state of the game. But, you know, if you're earlier on enough in the game, it could be kind of okay value, but priority, or at least the order that we end up going in, was Carmina, Witch's Armor, Kitty, Orb, Pet Food, Trait Stone, with Trait Stone likely being one we will completely skip, as I'm pretty sure we will be slightly short on points, but we will have enough for the Pet Food. I think the most optimal order, if you just cared about the unique things, would probably be, oddly enough, Witch Armor first, Carmina, Power Orb, then Kitty, oddly enough. Because Power Orb you need for the achievement, which I think is still like absurdly low because most people didn't bother getting it yet, though they will be soon. I think it's at like 0.1%. The number's going to be way higher by the time this event ends. Oh, it's actually so low it reads as 0%. But yeah, I guess a lot of people didn't invest in power yet. Well, it looks like not that many people went for power first, that's for sure. Wow. Also, wow, you know what else is actually way higher than I was expecting? Gaining a Horde Mimic has moved to 0.4%. Overtaking getting 20,000 in a single journey event, as that honestly actually is kind of hard. You have to spend a couple thousand gems, and there's no way around it. And then unlock a Potion of Power? Really, that's the rarest? Unlock a Potion of Power in the Underworld. You only need a level 200 faction for that. Though I guess that's low for the same reason why this is so low. Reach 50,000 in total in Underworld Renown. Because the same reason why this is 0.8% is the same reason why this is 0.3%. Pretty much. Anyways. So yeah, we'll finish up that event tomorrow. Well, not finish, but, you know, at least have the armor. And then we'll have the armor and the kitty, because we technically already have the kitty, because we got one copy of it off of our calendar currently. If you log in at any point within the next 3 days, if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure you guys already have, you get yourself a kitty copy. And then you get the other 30 to max it out from the event. But you get a 1 guaranteed over there. There's also a verse 4 here. Unfortunately, that's not the verse I need, but some of you might need it. I said, hello, Andrew. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, let's go to the raids event. We're already like 15 minutes in. And we've done like everything but the raid event. Though we did go over the team. I just haven't actually used the team. Well, let's go use the team. For the super early fights, we could technically switch to something else to go a little bit quicker, but let's do it with this. By the time we end up switching our team, it's almost going to be the point where we're going to want to switch anyways. But for the first like 10-ish fights, you can go for like more of an AoE build. It's more so geared towards the super deep fights, more so than the very early ones. Because the very, very early section goes pretty quick, regardless of what team is. Kind of just poking them a few times, they just die to everything in one shot. Come on, Zugoff, get that mana. Easiest way is just green slime it up and hope we get lucky. There we go. Exactly what we're looking for. You got 10th on the leaderboard? Nice. Though, now that we can get power orbs from various events, it almost seems like making a leaderboard, unless you're just doing it for fun and everything, seems like not even worth it now. It reminds me of PvP leaderboard. Back in the day, the current reward system for PvP leaderboard at one moment in time was actually like, yeah, that's actually like not that bad. And nowadays it's like abysmal. I feel like that has almost became the case now for the other leaderboards that have the orbs. For the longest time, because of lack of other ways to get orbs, the power orb and other, you know, bigger orbs near the end of the objectives, or whenever, you know, whenever you're going for a leaderboard, were rather enticing. But nowadays, they're quite a bit less enticing now that pretty much every single holiday, we essentially have confirmed that they're going to be adding a power orb. And the reason I say that is, you know, they made the new system for all holidays. However, aside from that, it's an achievement. It's not like it's a one-off thing where it's like, oh, we're going to add a power orb this time and maybe next time it'll be some other resource. There's literally an achievement tied to getting a power orb from that method, which means almost every time, if not every time, they have a holiday event now, there'll be a power orb there. And if it's just as easy to get as it was this event, which it might be, it's ridiculously easy to get. Like, even just the free battles alone cover getting the power orb, which I am extremely surprised by. Obviously, you won't be able to get anything else barely, but it is technically enough just the free battles alone to get the power. Which now makes all leaderboards seem slightly less enticing. Because, of course, you still get the gems, but you're spending gems to get there. And you still get the orbs, but not only have orbs have had pretty much less things to use them on as of recently, since they haven't really been updating too many things to use them on, as in nothing new to use power orbs on. But now there's an alternative method to get it for like hundreds of gems. Like, the value of a power orb went from, I don't know, I would say maybe 7-ish thousand gems, give or take a little, all the way down to under 1,000. Because it doesn't even take that much to get the power. Like, you can get all rewards for under 1,000 if you just throw 50 a day. Or, you know, all the more relevant ones anyways. It's essentially confirmed that Dragonite Gnomes will be Epic Volkey exclusive, really? Well, good thing I've been saying for forever to hoard your Volkeys, or Epic Volkeys. Well, Volkeys in general, but also Epic Volkeys. Remember when I said that Epic Volkeys will eventually have an additional purpose beyond what they have now? And that it's only a matter of time before they eventually do something that will? Because they currently don't? Well, it looks like they might early next year. Well, that was easy to see from a mile away, though. Though I did mention that pretty much since Epic Volkeys existed. It's one of the reasons why we've only probably used like 5 Epic Volkeys total in the history of all our Epic Volkeys. It's mostly because they're definitely going to buff their drop table at some point. And I've kind of just been hoarding them until they do. And guess what? They probably are soon. Well, that patch will probably be early next year. I don't think that will hit this year yet. Who knows, it might. We still have 2 patches this year. Next patch definitely won't hit, because next patch is, it's going to be the Broken Spiral rework and whatever they're doing for the 8-year anniversary of the game. What exactly that is, who knows. But that'll be in November. Likely mid-November. Like the 2nd week in November. Which honestly, that's like right around the corner now that I think about it. But, because that's in like 2 weeks now. But, yeah, we'll be getting that patch at some point in November. And the other one will be mid-December. Because they generally always do at least one patch, which will set up the December events. As well as they always like doing just some kind of little mini patch near the end. Sometimes it's rework and rebalance. Sometimes it's other things. Normally these days it's been other things because, gosh, they've not been rebalancing much lately. Oh, I probably should have killed the Valraven. This is slightly concerning. Zugaf, kill it. Has anyone gotten all 6 dragons? Yes. There's actually a surprisingly high number of people that have been getting it recently. Well, maybe not high, but you know, the number is definitely in the hundreds. How many people have gotten all 6 now? I personally stopped opening my eggs and waiting for whatever kind of like slightly new format they might be doing, just in case we can end up saving Dragonite by doing a new system rather than trying to get it now. Because even if we had all 3 dragons, that does not mean you have the 7th dragon. Because there's still another 3,000 gem cost. Because you have to get 2,000 gems worth of weapons. And then another 1,000 for the dragon itself. So even once you have all 6 dragons, you still need another 3,000 Dragonite. So I've just been hoarding all my Dragonites for whenever we might be able to have a way to target the dragons. And then all of our excess will go towards paying the 3,000 that we need for the other things. Between the 3 weapons and the dragon itself. If we have some spare, then we can get 2 dragons as well. It's a good thing that's stunned. Wait, what did it get stunned from? Am I using Titan or something? Oh yeah, I am. If in doubt, I'm pretty much always using Titan as tank in first slot. It's a nice, well-rounded one. I tend to use it a lot as filler for many events as well. It's still among one of my favorite hero classes in the game. It's definitely a bit weaker compared to the mightiness that it once was, when there was less relevant hero classes in the game. But still pretty high up there on very useful all-rounder classes. I would still say it's even still the best all-rounder hero class to this day. It just covers a lot of ground. Because you can use it very effectively as a tank, you can use it very effectively for skulls, you can use it very effectively for mana accumulation. It covers pretty much every angle you would ever need. It's even decent at spellcasting because it has a storm into its color, as well as 50% mana start naturally. That also gives other things 50% mana start. That's a lot of coverage. It's very versatile depending on use. I really want Zugaf to have full mana here. Problem is, he doesn't. I'm just going to take a blue and just hope we get lucky on it, I think. We don't really have much else for follow-up, so we're going to kill that out in last slot there. Get a little green going. Actually, before we do, I'm just going to go poke him. And then just Zugaf him for the win in this match. So, hello, Alistair Soup. Welcome, welcome. All has been well. Also, hey, we can actually see our EXP bar moving slightly. Ever so barely. Also, once we run out of Sigil, we'll go hand out a code. And when I say hand out a code, I mean hand out our last code. Because I still have not gotten contacted by Kafka. And this is the very last code we will have for an unknown amount of time. It could be a couple days. Could be a couple weeks. I have no clue where Kafka is. All I know is their code number shall reach 0 after tonight's. Oh, we'll have some more pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. She'll get around to it eventually. If nothing else, I can start poking like everyone on the dev team. But didn't Genki say the other day she ended up getting some from Kafka? Because she never replied back to me yet. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Only problem with this setup right now is it's actually slightly blocked on mana. Soon TM. Yeah, she'll get around to it soon TM. Many soon TMs from now. Unless she did today. I haven't actually checked Discord all day. Highly doubt it though. Does the EXP requirement increase more you level up? Yes. Every level beyond level 1000 starts to require more EXP. So it keeps getting slower and slower over time. It's one of the reasons why getting to 1000 is relatively quick. But then getting to level like 1300 takes absolutely forever. I think they did it mostly as an equalizer. So to newer players, it doesn't seem like they're that far behind. Because when a newer player gets to level 1000 and they see like a level 1600, like the first thought is, oh, I'm kind of close to that level. And then they might realize 1 year later, when they're like level 1200, that I am very much not close to that level. Let's see. Take that one over. I think it's mostly just to make sure newer players don't feel like they're that far behind. This is like the way that the level curve is scaled. You get most of the effectiveness out of Hero by level 1000 anyways. You get 10 more stats from 1000 to 2000, but they're pretty minuscule. And once you reach level 2000, you're essentially maxed as max can be. Because the next stat doesn't unlock until level 3000, and 2000 is effectively max level. Even though the number still keeps ticking up, it's realistically the actual max level for Hero class. Anything beyond that just kind of showing how far you've gone. More so than it actually being useful for anything. Even getting to 2000 doesn't really do much. Like, the amount of extra stats I'll have between this level and 2000 is only going to be another 3 now. And well, one of those, I believe, is magic. Everything else besides that isn't really going to do much. I think it's like 1 attack and 1 HP or something. That's only for Hero, not even for everything. Well, the level curve is kind of the way it was. Because for the longest time, level 1000 was the max level in the game. And then they basically needed to make a way to raise it, but make it so no one could ever reach max level. And their solution is the weird system they have now. Because their goal with the system was to make it so it's impossible to get max level. Which, to this day, yes, obviously it is. Because of how the curve goes. But they basically did that, so it's a system that would last forever. That they could just update once and then never have to deal with it again. I did actually the other day see a level 2,900 something level player. I do not remember their name, though I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it. I think it was during Guild War last week, or the other week when we had Guild War. Yeah, they were like a couple dozen levels away from level 3,000, which was insane. But they're out there. They do exist. Let's see, we'll take that one over. There's very few of them, but they are out there. Also because of how much grind it requires. Like, the average level 2000 probably has, at minimum, 10,000 hours in the game. And that's assuming you use those 10,000s very efficiently for EXP farming. Could easily be closer to 15 or 20,000. And the average 30,000 player, or the 3,000 level player, I'm pretty sure is closer to like 30,000 hours. Or something ridiculous. Like, we're at 14,000 right now. We click over to here. If you count every account we've ever done, it's probably closer to 15,000. Of course, not all that time was leveling. Also, about 1 year of that time, one of the more active years, was when there was a level 1000 cap. Which, of course, meant we weren't getting EXP towards that time. Because that cap was only raised like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, almost half the game's life cycle, level 1000 or lower, was the max. Actually, when the game first launched, for a couple months, the max level was actually 100. And then, like, a couple months later, moved to 1000, and then stayed that way for like a year or two, and then they did it to the system we have today. Or moved all the way to 10,000. Yeah, Isabel's level 1,950. I believe she's aiming for 2,000 this year. And she's probably going to get it at this rate. At current accumulation rates. The only thing that might stop her is Pokemon coming out next month in a couple weeks. Let's see. Take that one over. Also, about speaking of things that shall consume the rest of my year once it comes out. Because I'm probably streaming that like every single day for the rest of this year. Once it comes out. It might finally be the game I go and complete out the living shiny decks. I did it for Legends Arceus. But I haven't done it for every Pokemon in existence. I'll probably make an exception for Legends though. Because I really have no inclination to try to hunt for every Legend as a mythic. I mean as a shiny. Just because the process for them is substantially more annoying. Also, of course, well, you can't insta-kill Zugoff. You can still spawn skulls off of Zugoff, by the way, for this event. He's immune to insta-kill, but he's not immune to you spawning skulls. Let's see. Take that one over. Your dad introduced you to Gems of War on Xbox a while back. And you played on ever since. Yeah, I actually, the way I found out about Gems of War was actually, I was playing a Metroidvania game called on Epic that had a pretty, like, close-knit community. And one of the people I was playing with was like, hey, let's go try out this one game. And, you know, we kind of played it. And I think they quit within, like, a few weeks. But I just kept playing. And still to this day. But yeah, I played it like a couple days after launch. All the way back in 2014. I've just kind of been playing it daily since. It's a really good, because I grew up on things like RuneScape and stuff like that, it's a really good, like, passive over time game. It's something that RuneScape was always pretty good at. Particularly old school RuneScape nowadays. Since normal RuneScape is basically just a gigantic money cash grab at this point. Let's see, I'll take that one over. Grab that and get the kill. I'll catch you later, Clip Bomb. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, looks like we have about 9 battles left. I know the number says 5, but of course, accounting for Val Ravens. About 9. Yeah, I haven't played RuneScape in like ages upon ages. The amount of hours I have in RuneScape is something absurd. I want to say like 20 to 30,000. I have played and quit that game more times than I can even number. And if I ever do revisit that game, I think we're going to stream the entire quest lines. While I have played through the quest lines of RuneScape before, mini quests multiple times, I have never actually read through the storyline of RuneScape, because I always kind of just like clicked through it, because generally I cared more about, you know, what you would get as a reward for the quests than the quests themselves. But I've never actually read all the lore of RuneScape, despite how much time I have in the game. So if we're ever to pick it up, we'd probably pick it up as an Iron Man, and make our first goal to be do every quest line in the entire game. And just beeline like literally every quest line, going from quest to quest. You judge MMOs based on their cooking. If their cooking is bad, then the whole game is bad. I don't know, RuneScape has some funny tick manipulation cooking. Honestly, tick manipulation in RuneScape is just like one of the funnier mechanics that ever exist in a game. Because it's made off of such an old system. But in doing so, there's just a lot of funny ways to optimize that old system. Though the most efficient way to do cooking in RuneScape isn't even cooking, unless they added a new method. I know for the longest time, pretty much since the game has ever existed, the most efficient way to actually cook in RuneScape is to put grapes into jugs of water. So just put a grape into a jug of water, and then let it sit, and then you get 1 billion XP. That's how cooking works in RuneScape. Not how all cooking works in RuneScape, but the quickest method to get to 99 literally just involves you combining 2 items together for like 30-ish hours straight until you hit 99 cooking. And they're relatively cheap items too. Get in mass quantities. Probably not for an Iron Man though. I should forget what the best way to get grapes is in that game. Let's see. Especially these days since I haven't played it in years. Right, 2 more fights, which means probably 4 more. Yeah, I have heard of Puzzles and Dragons. I've never bothered trying it out, though. Also, I did see, while I've never actually talked to him, there's actually some guy that kind of does, like, what our channel does, and he's been doing it for, like, Puzzles and Dragons for, like, almost a decade now. Where it's basically just a channel that only does Puzzles and Dragons. But he doesn't even stream like any other games on occasion. It's literally like just Puzzles and Dragons. Like I can never play just like only one game for that long. Like obviously we mostly play Gems of War as far as this channel and everything. Like I could never just only play Gems of War. I would definitely go insane if that was like the only thing I played. But he seems to do that for Puzzles and Dragons. Let's see. We'll take a poke there. Kill that out. And he's dead. Those should be our last 2 fights, because based on where we got the Vow Raven, we're likely not going to get enough to go further. I know, playing only one game is really hit or miss. Because your entire survivability as a channel is based entirely on that one game. Oh, what do we need here? I need a skull, but I'm trying to bait him into giving us a skull. There we go. You know what, I probably should have taken that skull first. Only it would give me Zugaf. Alright, we won. Hey, there we go. I was thought you have a little ways to go on the event. Bet you're surprised. How's the guild doing? Oh, no wonder why. A lot of people in the guild haven't done their battles yet. Alright, that would be why. Is everyone at 5,000s at, like, bare minimum? Which is a multi-way tie with, gosh, a lot of people. Like, 10 people. Yeah, 10 people exactly. And probably these two as well. They might have just lost a fight or something. Or lost a Vow even. But that's probably what they did. They probably lost a Vow even, both the other two. It's like 12 people then. And everyone else did extra. That already got really lucky Vow even luck. Anyways, let's go handle the code. And this is actually the last code we have for a little while until we can hear back from Kafka. Not sure exactly what's up with her, but hopefully she's okay. But there's our final code for now. I thought that said H2O for a second. It's just H22. But we'll have more codes at some point into the future. I just need Kafka to get back in contact with us. Might need to try contacting her through email or some other place other than Discord. Actually, let me go check my Discord real quick, just in case. In case there's like a message here, and who knows, maybe she already gave us codes. One moment, because I haven't actually checked it today. Actually, earlier today, the tree was being cut down. I might end up mentioning it earlier. Nope, no message from Kafka, unfortunate. But, yeah, what was I saying? I was about to say something about something. Oh yeah, the tree. So we finally got the tree cut down. It was one of the trees that's been a slight issue for a while because it was kind of bending. And it took a little bit more damage in the most recent hurricane, so we got it taken like all the way down. And yeah, now don't have to deal with that tree anymore. It's one like the only few damages we really took during the hurricane. And we were able to get it removed today. It took them quite a while, like 5 or 6 hours. I wasn't actually watching them do it, but it seemed like it took longer than it should to take down a tree. It's a flat rate regardless, so it doesn't technically matter how long they take. Yeah, it's all cleared. No mess at all. Alright, what am I doing here? I'm doing... Oh yeah, let's do some Explore 12. That makes sense. I'm pretty sure we're done with everything else. I do need to get purple kills, though. So I might want to prioritize poking at Purple Kingdom. Worst comes to worst, we could do some EXP farming in Cinema Mirage. Get it done there. Otherwise, we'll go for a couple Explore 12, see if we can actually get some Mimics here. We got the Mimic counter all ready to go. If only there would be some Mimics that will come out to make the number go higher. How 1 year later? No. It's not gonna take that long. Also, tonight we will be doing Bayonetta, by the way. We're gonna just do that every single night until it's done. How many more streams that will take, I have no clue. But based on how far we are, I feel like it'll only take 2 more streams. Tonight, tomorrow, and if we happen to need it, Sunday. So hopefully not, because I can't stream it for too long if we do stream it on Sunday. Hopefully we can finish up by Saturday night. Of course, we gotta get all the weekly videos out for Gems of War Sunday night. I mean, yeah, Sunday night, Monday morning. You're not here for the code, you're here for the tutorial. Honestly, I feel like most people these days aren't here for the codes anymore. Actually, some people are on platforms where they can't even use the codes to begin with. Because console still cannot use codes. They said they were considering some kind of like alternative system to kind of make it work, and they never got around to it. I knew this to not miss. Luckily it did not, and he's dead. Because he can summon orcs, which we don't want to have happen. What did the codes do? Oh, they just give a little bit of resources. They give 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Actually, someone probably just claimed it for us. But yeah, they give this amount of loot. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Only usable on PC mobile version of the game. It's a little bit extra loot. It's not much, but it adds up. Nothing else. The gem keys can go towards a mythic when they come around. And speaking of which, next Friday, new mythic. It's actually coming out on my birthday, 1 week from today. It's going to be our birthday mythic. Unfortunately, last I recall, I believe the mythic's kind of bad. Though I say that, I actually completely forget what the mythic even is. I know it's not good enough for me to remember what it is, so it's probably bad. Is generally a good way to go about mythics. Is if I do forget about them, they probably weren't worth memorizing. Because whatever they did just wasn't good. Though, of course, they could be buffed before they get released. There's always something that can happen. We're not going to sing happy birthday to ourselves. Isabel will do it via Discord. Actually, I can't even remember the last time I have talked to anyone via Discord or any kind of app like that. Because I generally just don't like talking to people, especially in that way. So there's probably been... I want to say almost a decade, though it hasn't been that long. I think it's been like 5 or 6 years since I have talked to anyone through Discord or some similar thing. Because I never use voice chat. Like, that's the easiest way to get me to quit, like, literally any game. Is if they have forced voice chat in it. It's one of the reasons I stopped playing Dota 2. Because Dota 1, you didn't have to deal with it. But in Dota 2, it was basically, like, automatic. Hey, Mimic! We're hunting for one of you. Can we get something good here? I sure hope so. A little mix of useless loot. But it's still okay. Yeah, let me go update our number. What are we at right now? Our mimic counter is now at 118 for 139 total. Not too bad. I wonder what the highest amount of mimics anyone has gotten so far. That number is definitely over 1,000 for someone. Like, someone out there has gotten over 1,000 mimics by now. Oh, so how on earth did that just pure miss? Got a question. What's a good class for a new player who has not too many hours? Titan. I was somewhat talking about it earlier, but it's a really well-rounded class that does pretty much everything. Well, Elementalist is used a bit more in the current state of the game. Titan's still really well-rounded if you're just looking for a class that can do pretty much everything. Biggest downside with Elementalist is it doesn't have half mana start unless you use it with Mirage Queen, which makes it a bit more limited in some modes. It's one of the reasons when you see us doing a barrier hero class in a lot of side modes, like for example raids today, we're using Titan for it. It's because we don't have access to some of the more supporting options that some of the better hero classes would use. So Titan's well-roundedness ends up working out a little bit better. I know the most recent new player account I made, which was a couple years ago at this point, when we did it on Nintendo Switch, we literally only went for Titan and nothing else. Like, we played the entire game using only Titan. Priest is, the problem with Priest is it doesn't get Barrier on Brown. Barrier on Brown is probably one of the best mechanics to have as a newer player on a hero class, as it allows you to try to survive indefinitely. It doesn't matter if you're getting hit by like 5,000 damage or something similar. Like, you're gonna survive the hit. And you basically just barrier spam until you win fights. Because if you're up against someone who has like 5 times as much stats than you, if you have barrier, you can even it out pretty quickly. Because Mang with barrier on Brown, hero class, is one of the most auto-win ways for a newer player to carry through the entire game. Because there isn't a single fight that Mang with barrier on Brown can't end up killing. You can get through the entire game with it. There's actually a video I want to make if we ever get the time to grind a lot on a given day. Is make a brand new account, get it to have the lowest possible stats it can physically have, keep it at like an ultra low level, and just make a straight rush for Mang and a level 40 Titan. And then go show a bunch of battles where all we do is use an ultra understated hero to kill literally every battle in the game. Like, over the course of a week, we'll do, like, literally every single event using just a Mang level, like, 100 hero class. Actually, what is the earliest you can get Mang? Actually, it's a little bit higher than that, isn't it? Because I think you need, like, 20-something brown-red or 30-something. I know they adjusted it over time. I think Gems of War DB actually tells you. I haven't used the website in a while. But I believe, because I don't think Terran's World has the info on it. But GOWDB.com, I believe, does. So if I go over to weapons as a table, and I click on Mang, you get it from... where's the... Hold up. It doesn't say the exact mastery. There it is. 23 brown-red. So you'd have to get enough levels to get 23 brown-red, which realistically is low level 100 something. So we could be a low level 100 something killing everything in the game. That's actually one thing I actually really liked about some games. Is making like a super low level account that it could be like ultra optimal. That's one thing I liked a lot about RuneScape. But technically we could do the same with Gems of War. A level 100 something hero that can kill like any battle. An account like that would only take like a week to set up as well. Come on, where are all the good chests at? You know you're out there? Alright, nothing good there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Wild Plains. Also, how are we doing on purple kills? We are currently at 103. Still a little ways away. I might just start grinding out a Purple Kingdom. Cinder Mirage is running Dust Level would be a pretty good way. It's not the best purple location, but I know for sure it'll die to insta-cast. So in that regard, it'd be a good location to do it. Not because it's the best purple ratio, but because it will die in one shot while still having an okay purple ratio. Could you not take out my entire team? That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think after this set, we'll go for this chest, and then we'll go spam the purples down. We'll call it there then. Until tomorrow night. We're actually tomorrow night. We finally get Witch's Armor. Finally have our whole Halloween drip. Full outfit for Halloween. Little kitty on our shoulder. Halloween with this little witch hat. Finally changed our cosmetic from like, gosh, I think we had this since almost July, and I just didn't bother switching it. Because I think I did it for the 4th of July pet we ended up getting. And then I never bothered changing it since. I'm pretty sure. This will be the final chest we go for now. But then we still need to go spam building purple kills until we get the 100 kill. I mean 150 kill, I mean. It gives us 100 gems, but you have to do 150 kills. Which honestly, it's really good when you get them. They're a little bit more time consuming, since you normally have to do more than just what your dailies would be and everything. But you get an extra 80 gems on top of what you would already be getting for the day. So if you put it like that, it's pretty worthwhile. Because you're only going out of your way like maybe an extra 10, maybe 20 minutes. In order to get 80 gems, which is a pretty good exchange rate. Speaking of gems, tributes ready, 27. Speaking of gems as well, time to go claim another 80, or technically 100. So 80 more than we would normally get. Alright, I'll just go here with a quick kill Dust Devil. And by quick kill Dust Devil, let me see, no extra bonuses? Yeah, that's what you'll want to see. Alright, let me go to the click one button Dust Devil team. The good old days when one Dust Devil could win an entire fight. I still find it funny that this team used to exist in the past. It exists now. But there's been a longer duration of the game where this team did not exist than it did. Because this team only existed after, I believe, about 1 year after the game launch. Year and a half. Actually, about a year and a half to 2 years. And then it only lasted for a couple months. Maybe like 6 months. Maybe a little bit less. Then it got nerfed completely. Maybe it might have been even less than that, but then it got nerfed completely. And then after that, it didn't appear for another 5 years. And then when Ironhawk came in about 2 years ago, boom, we got the team back again. Which reminds me, we still need to go cover the tier list for the mythics this year. We almost know all the mythics to the end of the year. That's the main thing keeping me from making the list right now. Is I want to visibly see in the spoilers every mythic that we're going to get until the end of the year. And once we know that info, which I think we will after next patch, we can. Because I think we can only see up to... oh gosh, I need to go... I'll be getting that other desk probably in the next week or two. But I really need to get that other desk so I can move my keyboard so I can stop using this weird double keyboard setup that I've been using for almost a year now. Though I'm starting to get really good at typing on 2 different keyboards simultaneously. Like, I'm not sure if you've noticed the last year, though you probably can at moments like that. But I've been using a double keyboard format for the last year. As in using 2 keyboards to type, where one hand is on one keyboard and one hand's on the other. But my setup will soon be fixed to be back to standard, sane 1 keyboard system. Okay, so we can see the final mythic, we just don't know the info on it. Which doesn't help us. So we could physically see the final mythic that's coming this year. But it doesn't have info. So it's like we can't even see it. So that's kind of redundant. That's funny. But yeah, we can see the final mythic of the year, but we can't see the final mythic of the year. Like, it's there, but the data's not there. And it probably won't be until next patch. Which is sometime in November. Oh, why'd I do that? We already have the win condition. We literally have the win condition every fight. Yeah, I still feel the need to take it 5 times. Color. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do that. Like, I feel like a lot of newer players don't even realize there's a class system. And by the time they do, they probably have like a level 100 Warlord. It's not one that's immediately noticeable. Because everyone else around you isn't really utilizing hero much. So you go like a long time until you realize like, oh, there's this whole hero thing. It's a little bit more noticeable now because it shows up on your profile thingy. You know, like when you're changing your team and everything. Because before, it was buried in a menu all the way in the profile. Because before, to change your hero, you had to go all the way over here, click on like one of these tabs and be like, oh, I want to go change my hero. It wasn't actually in the troops tab where it's a little bit more obvious now. Because it would say Warlord right there. And if you click over here, it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, there's a billion classes in the game. But like this didn't used to exist in this menu. It used to be buried in this menu over here. Like right over here somewhere was the where you change your hero. But ever since they moved it, I would assume it's a little bit more obvious to newer players. But it could still be kind of not noticeable. But before, it used to be a lot more unnoticeable, like several years ago. Like, you could easily play like 100 hours and then realize like, oh, there's a hero class system in this game. Nowadays, I feel like it's slightly more obvious, but it could still happen. Yeah, that should make sense because the patch for next patch where we're getting the Broken Spire rework is happening. Oh, good, we got our gems. But it's happening mid-November for the 8-year anniversary of the game. So that date checks out. Because we should be getting the patch. I want to say the second Tuesday of next month, and the second Tuesday of next month is the 8th. So it's definitely very possible. Because it's very possible that the next patch is November the 8th. It's not confirmed, but it's the most likely date for the next patch to occur. Is November 8th. It could be off by like a week or so, but it's the most likely time for it to happen. It's actually pretty close to the other one, because that wouldn't even have been a whole month. But that happens sometimes. If we go check the website, how close was it last year? Because I know some of them are sometimes cramped around this time of year. Gosh, my keyboard is like so unaligned right now. Typing, how does it work? Let's see. What I want to go check is how far apart were the two patches last year? Because last year we got a patch in November 3rd. And yeah, it was basically less than a month. Because the Halloween patch came October 6th. And then the patch after came November 3rd. Which is interesting. That's actually the first Tuesday of November, not the second. I was saying the second Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be the second Tuesday. First Tuesday would be the first of the month? The second? Yeah, it's probably going to be the second Tuesday. Because if it was the first Tuesday of next month, it would literally be November 1st. So it's going to be November 8th, almost guaranteed. Because this was the distance last time, especially since our November or our October one came a little bit later this year. Because October patch hit on the 20th. So it makes sense that the other one would be at least a little bit later on the 8th. Anyways, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Anything? Otherwise, I'll probably be calling it a wrap. I will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We're going to be going and getting the Witch's Armor, clearing out some of the weekly events, going a little bit deeper in raids, all that good stuff. Aside from that, tonight and every night this week, or weekend, or at least tonight and tomorrow night most likely, we will be doing Bayonetta 3. We're currently on Chapter 7, and yeah, the game's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying the experience, and yeah, we're just kind of been doing that. We'll be chilling all night doing that tonight and tomorrow night. I'll be starting that in about 3 hours from now, for anyone interested. And oddly enough, the stream might be a little bit longer tonight, as the only reason I did it a little bit shorter last night was because I had the tree people coming, and I didn't want to be streaming when they got here, because they got here around 7 a.m. or so. But I don't have to worry about something like that tomorrow, so we can stream as long as we want. So we're probably just going to keep streaming till we crash. Like, go to like 10 a.m. or something. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Catch you guys soon. Stay safe out there. And hey, we get free loot on a couple days from now. On Halloween. Catch you guys then. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.